What's up, everybody? We are here to rank the movies that we watched together in the month of January. And then we're not going to do the movies for February. Instead, the next ranking we're going to do is specifically just of the Best Picture nominees at the Academy Awards.
Yes.
For this month, how many do we watch?
14.
So we're going to rank them in the order that we watched them, compared against each other. I don't know what he's going to rank. He doesn't know what I'm going to rank. Hopefully we can come to a consensus. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. First movie, 12 Angry Men. S.
Yes.
That was going to be an
100%,
easy one.
Yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time. What else can you say about it?
It's so simple, but so it's just 12 men in one room.
12 men in one room in a short time. Like, even though it's long for them, it's a long day, whatever. They start to sweat.
Yeah.
But it's not like they go home and then, the next day come back. It's all in that one little... It's almost like a play, you can go see it.
Dialogue is awesome.
Good acting, good dialogue. There was some good cinematography. Like, they made use of that small space. The standing up, sitting down, coming into view. They back away. It's really well done. One of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
S tier.
S tier.
All right, next up, we've been going through the Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
Inglourious Basterds.
A tier.
You say that like you were wanting to give it an S?
Well, I mean, it's an amazing movie, but...
On most lists, it would probably be an S. That's what we're saying. They're ranked against each other, and it's no 12 Angry Men.
Exactly. Hans Lander is awesome.
One of the greatest movie villains of all time.
Yeah. Amazing. Brad Pitt is funny. Buongiorno.
Yeah.
I love, it's funny. It's actually a very, very funny movie.
We could go on and mention multiple amazing scenes. Awesome, epic ending.
Yep. Where do you put it?
Oh, I didn't say?
No.
A tier.
A tier, okay.
So we agree. Again, no problem so far. We might agree on every one of these. All right, the next movie we watched was The Two Towers, the second Lord of the Rings movie.
S tier. It's almost as good as the first Lord of the Rings, and I like in the Fellowship Ring more, they don't know a lot of stuff. Here, they know more stuff, but it's still just the adventure. That's what I like more than...
You like the revelation of learning the characters, and they're learning within each other, so it's like showing... And this one's a little bit more action, and the stage is set, and it's the...
And I like Gollum, the adventure with Gollum, and I think he was really cool. I
actually gave it a B.
Really?
Because there's so many great movies we watched. This one, I could feel the length of this one, it dragged for me. So yeah, I gave it a B, which means between the S and B, it's an A, which is still great.
It was my favorite movie.
Wow. Well, then we immediately decided to finish off the trilogy, and we watched Return of the King after that. So that was your Two Towers was your favorite of the month. Mm-hmm. Where did Return of the King?
S tier.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a perfect 10 trilogy. I think it's the best trilogy. I do think 12 Angry Men is better. Because this one didn't have as much adventuring. It was more the battling. But I still think it was still an amazing movie.
Well, I gave it an A.
Okay.
You gave it an S. Mm-hmm. Where's it going to go?
I think it should go lower than the Two Towers.
So you think it should go on an A tier then?
Yeah.
All right. So Return of the King is also going on an A tier. Now things might get heated. It's Friday.
Yeah.
You ain't got no job. So we watched Friday on a Friday.
Yeah.
And you weren't feeling well. You had a tummy ache.
Yeah.
So,
C tier.
C tier.
I think it's overrated. It's still a good movie, but I think it's overrated. It's just a regular comedy movie to me.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, nothing special.
Wait. Bye, Felicia.
Nothing special.
It's very special.
No.
It's very special. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Before Big Lebowski came around, Friday was the movie I had seen more than any other movie, can quote it. And yet we watched so many awesome movies that I still gave it an A, not an S tier. Even though I love it. Well, if you gave it a C and I gave it an A, then it's going to go B. Let us know what you think about Friday. I'm really curious. Next movie is Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Kristen Wiig. She's hilarious. The trailer didn't... I had a feeling I wasn't gonna like it. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like it. I should say I didn't like it. It wasn't that funny. I take that back. It wasn't as funny as I hoped it. Bright, it was no Friday. What did you give it?
A C tier, but higher than Friday.
Well, I gave it a C, so it's going to go C, lower than Friday, where it belongs.
Yeah.
I mean, you thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
It's absurd. I get it. But, I don't know. The timing, it just was off a little bit to me, it seemed. Let's get back on the same page here. I think we might be close on this next one. A Fistful of Dollars.
B tier.
Okay.
Great movie. Just isn't as good as other ones on this list. You know? But it's a great movie.
The pacing, the music, the cinematography. You can see, having Inglourious Basterds on here, you can see watching this and the ones that come, the influence on Tarantino. But yeah, I mean, it's iconic. It's really good. But on my list, I too gave it a B.
Nice.
So we're in agreement. Recently passed, David Lynch. Rest in peace. No other like him. We lost a true artist. We had been watching David Lynch movies, and then he passed. And so I was like, all right, I know what my next pick's going to be. Yeah. Mulholland Drive. What did you give it? And tell me why.
B tier.
Okay.
So, it's a great movie.
But, I mean, we talked about it a lot. Like, it's such a good movie.
It's a movie that you're supposed to talk about a lot.
Yeah, it is. Like a work
Friday,
of art.
You can't really talk a lot about it.
You can just redo it. You can, like, quote it each other. Whereas with Mulholland Drive, you're, like, trying to figure out what was going on. It's my favorite movie of the month. My top-rated movie. But similar to your top-rated movie, I gave a B to your top-rated. You gave a B to my top-rated. So it's going to go A. It's going to slide in. One of the greatest movies of all time. And it goes in my top 10 movies of all time. All right, next up, we decided to watch Sleeper. That was Sam's pick. Woody Allen, that wasn't as serious and later. And it was when he was early and just being sort of slapsticky and experimental. What did you give Sleeper?
C tier.
Okay.
Nothing special. It was funny. It was cool.
It was kind of cool, the commentary, you know, him waking up in the different world. But there were a lot of dated jokes. Yeah. But it's well made. He's funny. He's silly. And Diane Keaton is great. But I gave it a C as well. Next up, the next in the Dollars Trilogy for a few dollars more.
A tier.
Okay.
I thought it was an improvement.
Yeah, I think it was tighter in regards to the narrative, the excitement, the suspense, but also the introduction of Lee Van Cleef's character. Very cool guy. Yeah. That scene, whenever he lets Clint Eastwood keep shooting his hat till it gets further and further away until he finally misses. And he's like, now I know the dude's limit. Yeah. Now let me show him what a real OG does. Like, that was so cool the way it was filmed. Yeah. So that scene almost by itself, like, raises it up. But you gave it a what?
A tier.
And I gave it an A tier as well. Controversial movie up next. It's only become more controversial in the time since we watched it. Emilia Pérez.
A D tier.
That was good. Because I was about to be shocked. I'm like, what? You didn't like it from the start? And that's before finding out about the director and his sort of lack of care about both, like, Mexican dialect of Spanish speaking,
the cartel problems.
The cartel problems, the LGBTQ representation, the actresses' problematic tweets and comments. It's going to end up being the most hated Best Picture nominee of all time. I don't think the movie itself is as bad as people are making out to be.
I mean, you remember that one song, right?
Which one's song?
The man to woman, woman to man, penis to vagina, vagina to penis. Like, that's not a good song.
No, they're trying to be campy with it. I think. I didn't think in general, overall, it was as bad as people say. I still gave it a C.
Good idea, but bad movie.
Bad execution.
Yeah.
So I think you gave it a D. I gave it fairly low C. So I think a D is appropriate.
Or do you want to only have one D?
What's that?
Or do you want to only have one D?
Oh God, I forgot about that movie upcoming.
Like, we can put it low C.
Let's put it on C for right now.
Okay.
Next up, another Woody Allen movie.
Yep.
Also with Diane Keaton.
Yep.
Annie Hall.
A tier.
Okay.
My highest A. I thought the dialogue was amazing.
Conversationally, like, it seemed real, it seemed funny, it seemed unique, you're into it. She is amazing. From when they're playing, like, the racquetball game, and then she comes in, and she's wearing the iconic clothes that were her clothes. From that moment and then she's driving all crazy. Like, it's from that moment you're like on the Diane Keaton Annie Hall show. Like, you're like, I want to see more of her for the rest of my life. Like, this is, I can see why he would fall in love with her. And you gave it an A though. So it was on the cusp of an S.
Yeah, it was my highest A.
It was your highest A. It was my second highest A. Right below Friday. Next up, it's funny we watched 12 Angry Men this month.
Yeah.
Because we also received the recommendation to watch Juror number 2. Which, if you take 12 and you subtract 10 from it, what did you give Juror?
S tier.
S tier, me too.
No. D tier.
D tier. Why did you give Juror number 2?
Dialogue was terrible. It looked like a TV show, like you were saying.
The lighting and the
pacing was terrible. There was no tension because you already knew what was happening at the start. Like, it was terrible.
It wasn't good, was it?
No.
The more and I wanted to like it because I like the people involved in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than, a D tier.
We should have made it an F tier. We should have made it an
Yeah.
F tier.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Emilia Pérez on any other list would probably be a D tier. Mm-hmm. But it got saved by being on a list with Juror number 2, which is so much worse.
And I don't understand. So many people like that. Like, I've seen videos like people like, my 10 favorite movies of 2024, and that's like number 9.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
All right. And then the final movie that we watched, Conan the Barbarian.
B tier.
B tier.
Yep.
All right.
A perfectly average movie, I think.
Perfectly average.
But a perfectly over average, I think, actually. Like, it's got a little pizzazz to it.
Oh, some pizzazz. Conan.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak until like 30 minutes in or whatever. It doesn't say much, but it's perfect to portray that. That's characterization, exactly. Like that's character building.
Character. He's the barbarian.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Freaking Darth Vader rules in this.
And there's the guy from the Seventh Seal.
Max von Sydow.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this was the beginning of Arnold's career as an actor, like truly acting in as characters, and having those two legends on set to help him, like. He probably would not have had... He would have never been governor of California if not for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's a great movie. It's got great cinematography and music. So yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Because there's so many other awesome movies, I gave it a B. So we both agree on that. So we agreed on a lot. Let's take a look at this and see if there's any tweaking that needs to be made. Let's go with the easy ones first. 12 Angry Men, S tier. The only S tier. Mm-hmm. Juror number 2, D tier, the only D tier. Barb and Star and Sleeper we both gave C's, so they're perfect there. Friday, you gave a what?
C.
And I gave an A, which is why it's B. Fistful of Dollars, you gave?
B.
A B, I gave a B. Conan, B, so both B's. Now, for those A tier movies.
I have 2 favorite movies. Move those up.
Oh, so Lord of the Rings, 2 Towers, and Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Inglourious Basterds, you gave?
A.
I gave an A. For Return of the King, you gave?
S.
Okay, so we'll move that up like that.
Okay.
Because that's an S and an A. Return of the Kings, S and an A. Inglourious Basterds, an A and an A.
Yeah.
I had Annie Hall above both Inglourious Basterds and For a Few Dollars More. So it goes there. So I think that looks perfect. I think, the first 2 A's are 2 S's. I
think you should choose because you had Mulholland Drive higher. You had For a Few Dollars More higher. You should choose which one you want to put higher.
You know what?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah. David Lynch deserves that. Those Lord of the Rings movies are basically right there together with each other. So it makes sense. It's just you prefer the 2 Towers better than Return of the King.
Most people think that's the worst one and the Return of the King is the best one.
Yeah.
The Return of the King is actually my least favorite one.
Interesting.
But all 3 are 10s for me.
All right. Let us know what you think. Some things to discuss here. 12 Angry Men. Do you agree? One of the greatest movies of all time. Juror number 2. Absolute disappointment. Terrible movie. Emilia Pérez just dropping like a rock. What do you think about weird things like Barb and Star and Sleeper? But most importantly, Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know. The next video like this will be a tier list of the Best Picture nominees for the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
We're watching them all. We're halfway through. And until next time.
Bye.